Scientists in South Korea achieve a breakthrough in nuclear fusion, sustaining a reaction at 100 million DC for 30 seconds and achieving a net energy gain for the first time. A judge sets a trial date in Trump's classified files case, rejecting his bid to have the case delayed until after the 2024 election. The former president is accused of withholding documents from Congress related to the January 6 riot. Iran could execute an Iranian-German businessman anytime, his daughter fears. He was sentenced to death in 2018 on espionage charges, which he denies. His family says he was tortured and forced to confess. Brazil tightens gun control amid surge in ownership, rolling back looser regulations brought in by former President Bolsonaro. The new rules aim to reduce violence and crime by limiting access to firearms and ammunition. Tony Bennett, the legendary singer, dies at 95, leaving behind a legacy of jazz and pop classics. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2016, but continued to perform until last year. Medics whipped in Sudan's capital, MSF says, as security forces crack down on protests against military rule. The aid group says its staff were beaten and arrested while trying to treat wounded demonstrators. Gorilla thought to be male surprises zoo with birth, delivering a healthy baby at Zoo Atlanta. The zoo says it did not know the gorilla was pregnant or female until the birth, which was captured on video. Mountie charged over alleged China interference, accused of helping China with intimidation and harassment of people living in Canada. The former officer is also facing charges of fraud and breach of trust. Pro-war Putin critic Strelkov detained in Moscow, arrested on charges of extremism and inciting hatred. The former rebel leader in eastern Ukraine is known for his outspoken criticism of Putin and his support for war with Ukraine. World will miss 1.5°C warming limit. Top UK expert says, warning that current pledges by countries are not enough to avoid dangerous climate change. He says the world needs to cut emissions by half by 2030 to have a chance of meeting the goal.